Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the latest edition of Rebels Radio, as we're here today at Eastbourne Borough FC for this Manorama National League game. And if you haven't heard, the sponsors of the league, Vanarama, have teamed up with Prostate Cancer UK, and for the next 45 days, the Vanarama League will now be called the Manorama League. So it's a Manorama League South game for you this afternoon. And for 45 days it will be known as that. They'll take it up to non-league day on October the 13th, and the reason they do this is because prostate cancer kills one man every 45 minutes dies of prostate cancer, and it's an excellent charity to get behind. You'll often see many Premier League managers with a little badge with a little man on it. That is the badge of the Prostate Cancer UK, and it's a good charity there that needs a lot of awareness, and our thanks to Vanarama for helping with that in now the Manorama League, as it's now called. So we're here today at a lovely, gorgeous sunny day here down in Eastbourne. It really has been a bright, beautiful day. It's just started to cloud over just a little bit here at Eastbourne Borough, and it's a lovely little ground for those. This is actually the first time that the two sides have ever met, so you must have never been here before unless you've been here with someone else. I can tell you that as you come through the entrance, there's a scoreboard and a big green shed kind of thing, which is backs onto a little 3G pitch. There's a 3G pitch here as well that they play on, and down one half of the far side is cover all the way round. It's standing area. Then behind the goal to our right is standing area. Then we're in the main stand, which virtually goes along 3/4 of the length of the pitch here on the left hand side. And then behind the goal to our left is some corporate boxes which are raised high above, and there's some standing ground there as well. There is an electronic scoreboard, one that works, so we'll have no excuses for not having the scores right for you today. I will run through the other games for you today and the starting lineups, and also the quiz as well for half time. Just a reminder that Slough's next game will be at home next Saturday the 22nd of September. It's a 3 o'clock kickoff, and that is for the FA Cup game, where we will be host to Sholing FC. So please be aware that that's a FA Cup game, and that means that you will have to pay to get in if you are going. Your season ticket does not cover cup matches. Please be aware of that. This is Rebels Radio. My name is Aid, and if you would like to get in contact with us, you can contact us either on Twitter. It's at MyFC Rebels Radio, or if you're listening via the YouTube, it comes through here on there's comments or a chat room. Good afternoon already to Neil Humphrey, Graham and Michael, who are listening in, all listening in from lovely places. And yes, Neil, it was a good night. It was a great night, actually. Just stayed over in Eastbourne last night, staying over again, but might be a little bit of a quieter night this evening, as doing the commentary with a hangover is not the best way to do that. Also, so you can get in contact with us on Twitter. It's at MyFC Rebels Radio. That's all one word, all in lower case as well. Rebels Radio is brought to you by our two sponsors. They are My Football Club, the online football community, and you can find more about them through the Pachero website if you type in Pachero and MyFC, and also the Slough Town Supporters Trust as well, who are our other sponsors. I believe that the Slough Supporters coach was very late getting here. It's literally only got here about 5 minutes ago. There's a lot of traffic on the motorways as people make the most of the lovely sunny afternoon in this September time. So we'll bring you the other games. So the other games going on today are Billericay versus Dartford, Chippenham versus Gloucester, Hungerford versus Torquay with their new manager, Oxford City versus Bath, St Albans versus Concord Rangers, Truro versus Hampton and Richmond, Wealdstone versus Chelmsford, Welling United versus East Thurrock, Weston-super-Mare versus Hemel Hempstead, and Woking versus Dulwich Hamlet. Those are the other games in the Manorama, let's get this right, Manorama League South. First ever meeting between the two sides. There are Eastbourne sit in 4th, Slough sit in 10th, but there is only 2 points separating between the two sides. So very close here, and so far Eastbourne Borough have only lost one game, and that has been to top of the table Woking, and that was here at their own ground. It is a 4G pitch here, so Slough should be quite used to this pitch. It's quite a nice wide pitch here. It looks a little bit longer than Apologies there, ladies and gentlemen. The computer just crashed on me and turned everything off. So my apologies for that there. And hopefully, I've just literally got to re-kick everything into gear quickly now. So apologies there. Sorry about that. I'm just going to do a couple of checks there. As hopefully it won't break again. I will try and run through the two sides for you in a second. Just let me do a couple of checks here, please. Just making sure that we're okay. Good afternoon to a couple of you. David Pengelly, David Randall, Mark Godding, Claire Queen and Terry Cornelia listening in. Thank you very much for joining us here. Hopefully you can hear us now. I'll run through the two sides for you very quickly now before the kick-off. For the home side, in goal is Mark Smith, 2 Marvin Hamilton, 3 Christian Campbell, 4 Kane Wills, 5 Harry Pollard, 6 Tom Gardiner, 7 Dean Cox, 8 is Captain Sergio Torres, 9 Charlie Walker, 10 Yemi Adubays, and 11 Dave Martin. For Slough, it's Jack Turner in goal, 2 Josh Jackman, 3 George Wells, 4 Guy Hollis, 5 Mark Nisbet, 6 Lee Togwell, 7 James Dobson, 8 Sam Togwell, 9 Ben Harris, 10 Matty Stevens, 11 Warren Harris. I will run through the subs for you in a second. I'm just going to make sure that we are working. Apologies about that. The computer just turns itself off at the weirdest times. It looks as though Slough have won the toss and they are going to shoot from left to right for this first half. Slough in their all blue away kit. Eastbourne Borough in red. Jack is wearing a white kit today, and the Eastbourne goalkeeper Mark Smith is wearing all in green. So also, Mark wants to know why Chris Flood is on the bench and Ben Harris in. That's because Chris Flood was on holiday and didn't get back till early yesterday morning, which is why he's on the bench. Just in case that helps you there. It's Eastbourne Borough who will have the kick-off here. It's just waiting for our referee, Mr. Skipper. Dean Skipper is the referee today. Here's the 2 assistants, Andy Lowe and Ivan Gelov. Just waiting for our referee to get this game underway, and that's what he does. And it's Eastbourne Borough play the ball through, easily headed away here by Guy Hollis. Trying to find Matty Stevens, taken down there by Wills and played out towards Martin. Ball played forwards here for Odubay to chase. So here up against Hollis. Plays the ball back into the left back Campbell. Campbell under pressure. Finds Martin. Martin has plenty of time on the ball. Plays the ball inside. Little flick ball trying to find Odubay. Headed away by Hollis, and then a build down here for Matty Stevens to chase goal. Oh, 6 doesn't get it to good touch, but he gets enough on it to get it back to the goalkeeper Smith. Sorry, 6 is Gardiner. My apologies there for not getting his name up. Ball played out here, looking for Martin on the far side, but it's straight out of play in the throw to the Rebels this afternoon. Scott Davis, who missed on the bench today because he was at a wedding last Saturday. Long throw here by trying to find Warren Harris. Headed away by Gardiner. Togwell tries to get the ball. Gets a little push in the back, but Jackman hooks the ball on for Slough. Headed away by Eastbourne Borough. Sorry, my brain's not in. Lee Togwell just got caught there. And the ball's here with Campbell. Campbell gets robbed there by Ben Harris, but the ball just comes off Ben last. It's a throw, and Lee Togwell is down injured here at the moment. So Slough not having the best of starts this afternoon. Lee Togwell just got caught there, and it looks as though it's a throw here to Eastbourne Borough, roughly about 10 yards away from their corner flag. And it will be Campbell, the left back, to take this throw. A long throw in, trying to find Odubay. Jackman was pulling his shirt. Ball played forwards here. It's intercepted by Mark Nisbet off of Charlie Walker. Quick throw in here, intercepted by Lee Togwell. Finds Josh Jackman here, who skips past the challenge and finds Warren Harris. First touch for Warren Harris. Straight at Campbell. Comes off Campbell last. And it will be a throw to Slough, 10 yards inside their own half. Josh Jackman will leave this for Guy Hollis to come across to take. And it's Guy Hollis with this long throw, trying to find Warren Harris. Over the head, will come through to Matty Stevens. Stevens' first touch, just gets caught, tries to keep the ball. He does really well, keeps it in, and it comes out. It's a throw in the end to Slough, right by the corner flag, and that's a sign for Guy Hollis to come forward. Sam Togwell and Mark Nisbet will go forwards for this, for the Rebels. And it's a throw for Guy Hollis, right by the corner flag here on this near-hand side of the main stand. The Slough fans making some noise here. Long throw by Hollis into the box. Sam Togwell rises high, comes to the edge of the box. Dobson intercepts it, dinks the ball over the top. It's headed away Sam Togwell tries to get this, shaking off the ball though, and it's played out on the far hand side for Wills to chase, but it's got too much on it from the ball from Walker, and is out of play for a throw to Slough Town. And the ball thrown here towards Jack Turner, first touch for him, and a long kick down the field by him. Gardner chasing it, heads the ball up in the air, and Dobson with the little cushion header. Ball comes off the right back Hamilton, and it's played forwards. Josh Chapman heads the ball on for Slough. Matt Stevens trying to get there, hits him on the arm, and gets played out here by Wills towards Campbell, the left back. Campbell with the ball down the field, looking for Walker. Walker watched closely by Hollis, and Hollis brings the ball out and spreads it here to George Wells. First touch for Wells, skips past the challenge of Torres, plays the ball out and left here for Warren Harris. Ben Harris wants it down the line. Oh, it just got intercepted well by Campbell there. Good run from Slough. Ball played in here towards Cox. Cox finds Wills. Ball played back here to the centre back Pollard. Pollard leaves it for the goalkeeper Smith to take a touch. And Smith's a giant of a goalkeeper here. Plays a long ball out. It's won by Togwell, Sam Togwell, but it's intercepted by Torres. And it finds here towards Wills. Wills finds a left back Campbell, just 10 yards inside the Eastbourne Borough half. Ball still here with Wills and finds Pollard. Pollard back in towards Wills. Now happy to let the centre backs have the ball here at the moment. And Pollard just increases his run, plays it on there, looking for the ball over the top for Martin. And Martin is flagged offside. And that'll be a free kick to the Rebels. Good afternoon, Tequila Shark playing left to right, yep, and in sky blue. There you go, Tequila. Just try and get that sorted for you. Good afternoon to you all. So Jack Turner will come and take this free kick for the Rebels. You do have to be a little bit careful with me. I'm a little bit delicate this morning after a night out with some of the Rebels fans last night. Turner takes this free kick on the far hand side, looking for Wells. Ball's allowed to bounce in front of him, holds the ball up, chased down by Hamilton, but Wells goes past him easily and just tries to come back again. Goes past him a second time, gets across him, but it comes off Hamilton for the first corner of the game, and that corner goes to Slough on the far hand side, and Dobson is the player that goes across to take this. And Slough with the added height of Sam Togwell playing in midfield this afternoon, with Simon Dunn still injured, be out for another 4 or 5 weeks. There's Dobson to take this out-swinging corner. And plays it here at the far post towards Nisbet. Nisbet with a chance to control the ball. Plays it to the edge of the box. Warren Harris with a shot. And it's saved well by the goalkeeper, Mark Smith. But Slough with the first effort of the game here this afternoon. And it's ball's here with the Eastbourne Borough goalkeeper, Mark Smith, who just throws it to the edge of his box. Ben Harris tries to chase it down, but it's hooked clear. Aimed on the far hand side, headed away by George Wells. Will find Hamilton for the right back for Eastbourne Borough. Ball played in here towards Wills. Wills chipping the ball over, looking for the run on the far hand side of Odobade. Odobade chases down well, gets a really good crossing, and it's well defended there in the end by Guy Hollis. It comes off Walker last as he was stretching for the ball, but Odobade just moving from one side to the other here, just popping up on the right hand side of the Eastbourne Borough attack up against George Wells, and good cross, but out for a goal kick here. Some Slough fans behind the goal that Slough are defending for some reason. They should be down the far end, getting behind their team. That's what we like. As Turner takes this goal kick for Slough, aimed towards Dobson. Dobson has time to control it. Hamilton tries to get there first, but Dobson skips past the challenge. Torres comes and clears up for Eastbourne, but his ball is poor. It's played to Wells. Wells with a slice ball, looking for the run of Warren Harris, but intercepted by Mark Smith, the goalkeeper. Well shepherded by Tristan Campbell. And the ball here with the Eastbourne Borough goalkeeper, who's Eastbourne sitting fourth in the table. Ball out here looking for Martin. Martin up against Chapman. Chapman gets a touch to it. Warren Harris has to come and help. Martin tries to go down the line, and first foul of the day conceded by the Rebels for a foul by Josh Jackman there for a little shirt tug. Taken quickly, and Slough clear the ball out, and it lands on the roof of our stand here, and that'll be in the car. That'll be in the park to the side of us. So there you go, 0-0 here. We've come to 7 minutes gone here, and they took the free kick a bit too quickly, so it's still a free kick here to Eastbourne Borough. Standing over it is Dean Cox. And Cox is the player that takes this. Played on the far hand side, looking for Pollard. Headed away by Nisbet. Breaks in the centre here for Wills. Wills plays it back here towards Campbell, the left back. and he turns past Warren Harris and brings the ball out, but Ben Harris, gets back into position here, back in towards Wills. Wills playing a lot of space. Ball again looking for Odebaid, and it comes off Sam Togwell for a corner to the home side. And a corner on the near hand side for Eastbourne Borough. And again, it's going to be Dean Cox, the player that goes across to take this corner. And again, the centre-backs have gone forwards for Eastbourne here. And a lot of pushing and shoving going on in the box as the corner comes in, bounces around. It's not the best of clearances, and then Dobson has to flick the ball on. And Ben Harris will keep the ball in here for Slough. Plays it in here towards James Dobson. Dobson's got a chance to turn here with Lee Togwell in an advanced position. Ball played out to him. Lovely ball by Dobson. Finds Togwell. Togwell up against Torres. Lee Togwell holds the ball up and then feeds it here towards George Wells. Wells inside toward Dobson. Dobson little ball in, looking for Matt Stevens, but Stevens had curved his run inwards, and it rolls through to the goalkeeper Smith. And it's 0-0 here at the moment. And good afternoon to Will Rees and Paul Hazel, listening in from Paul. Ball's here with Odebaid, trying to turn and plays the ball in, looking for a foul, and again a foul conceded by the Rebels here. And the couple of players surrounding the referee looking for a free kick for a card here, but the referee is having none of it. The first foul, I think, was on Odebaid, and not the second foul that was on Walker, which was more of a clear cut. And I think the referee is just going to talk to Mark Nisbet, the Slough captain, and get the feeling it will just be a talking. He's actually going to book him. Oh, there you go. What a surprise that is. It's a yellow card for Mark Nisbet. Just be for a second. It's not a yellow card, it's a red card, and that is the biggest surprise you will ever see. That Slough had a terrible decision go for them. Honestly, I am absolutely gobsmacked that is a red card. I honestly cannot believe that is a red card given to Mark Nisbet. That is, I don't think that's a clear-cut goal-scoring opportunity by any means. There were people back, and it's a red card given by the referee, Mr. Skipper, and Slough down to 10 men. And well, there you go. That is a absolute surprise. I honestly do not believe that has happened. And wow, there you go. It's a free kick for Eastbourne Borough on the edge of the D of the Slough penalty box. And it looks as though Slough might even make a substitution early on with one of the strikers going to be coming off. I think the free kick's hit straight at the wall and Slough smashed the ball clear and it go out of play. It looks like Scott Davids is going to come on. And I would get the funny feeling that Ben Harris or Matt Stevens will come off. Let's just have a look. Unfortunately, Ben Harris is the player that has to go off. Ben Harris not happy at all with that, but Ben is absolutely fuming that he's had to come off. But the substitution is for Slough is Scott Davies on for Ben Harris, and Ben is absolutely fuming with the decision, throws his shirt at the bench. I don't think at the moment he understands the reason doing it, but obviously Slough have put Sam Togwell in the back four alongside Hollis, and Davis has gone into midfield with just Matt Stevens up front on his own. Ball's here with the centre-back Pollard, plays it out here to Hamilton. Hamilton inside towards Wills. Wills with a chance to chip the ball forwards for Odebaid, who's offside. And that's a breaking play here for the Rebels. I honestly really can't understand how that is a red card. I'm not being biased. It was nowhere near as bad as the red card that Slough had, fortunately, against Oxford City on Saturday. But that's a real weird decision by the referee. They didn't look like anything in it, but it's Slough down to 10 men, and we'll have to play 80 minutes with 10 men. It's Jack Turner with this free kick for the Rebels. Play forwards here, looking for James Dobson. Hamilton just stands there, and it's gone out of play for a throw to Eastbourne Borough. I think some of the Slough fans behind the goal are a little bit shell-shocked by that decision. I couldn't honestly see how he gave it as a red card. It just a crazy decision by the referee. I mean, it wasn't even the last man. There was players back there. Hamilton takes the throw. It's going to be flicked on here towards Odobade. Odobade tries to turn and plays the ball. It comes off Davis. He gets a deflection, but comes into the path of Campbell anyway. And Campbell, 10 yards inside his own half, spreads it here towards Martin. Martin inside to Campbell. Campbell's ball down the field finds Cox. Cox turns and then chips the ball into the box. Headed away well by Guy Hollis. Ball bounces around towards Torres. Torres' touch is heavy, and it goes all the way through to Jack Turner in the Slough goal. We're just going to wait and take his time while he waits for a player to come and chase him down. And the ball here with Jack Turner, who's all dressed in white this afternoon. And this Conor McNeese, can you just describe the red card decision again briefly? I don't think I can. Because I don't think anyone's understood it. But there you go. It's a throw here towards Slough, 10 yards inside the Eastbourne half, and the Slough fans are now making some noise here as they feel that they've been cheated a little bit here. Ball comes out in towards Davis. George Wells goes all the way to his goalkeeper from the centre circle, and the ball here with Turner. Plays it again long this time, looking over the head of Campbell, up against Warren Harris. Campbell trying to chase it, but Campbell does well with the pressure of Warren Harris on his back, goes out for a goal kick to the home side. So there you go. Lovely sunny day. It's been a lovely day this morning. Had a nice little breakfast in the town. Met up with a long friend who I haven't seen for a while. And then you go and get a stupid red card decision, which ruins your entire afternoon. But there you go. Slough will have all the work to do. As Smith takes this goal kick. Big long kick here, aimed towards Walker. Hollis shirt tugging there. Didn't get picked up by the referee. Ball here with Wells. Looking for the run of Matt Stevens. Stevens hits him on the shoulder. Gets to the chance to go. Gets a shot. But it's straight at the goalkeeper. But Matt Stevens with Slough's second effort. And the ball now here with Campbell. Campbell inside towards Wills. Wills orchestrating. And the Slough fans making a lot of noise. Ball out on the far hand side to Hamilton. He can't reach it. Out of play for a throw. The Slough fans seem to have been a bit of solidarity about that decision. And they're now making a lot more noise than the non-existent Eastbourne fans, to be honest. They're not making any noise, the Eastbourne fans. I'm surprised they're here. But there you go. It's a throw to Slough on the far hand side, intercepted by Wills. His ball is poor, and Warren Harris wins it for Slough and plays it back here towards Scott Davis. Davis, lovely ball on the far side here towards Dobson. Dobson takes a touch. He's 30 yards. He's got Matt Stevens in the box. Stevens is there! Slough has scored with 10 men! Matty Stevens inside the 6-yard box. Beautiful ball in by James Dobson. It gives Slough the lead. And can they do what they did in Essex just a couple of weeks ago, where they went and won 1-0. Matty Stevens' first goal for the club. And it comes on 16 minutes. Eastbourne Borough 0. Slough Town 1. There's a Matty Stevens chant, which is something about jingle bells, or I'm not sure that was Matty Stevens, but something was going on there. But Slough take the lead here, just 6 minutes after going behind 1-0. So to 10 men, sorry, going behind. I'll get this right in a minute. You can tell I've still got a hangover. It's Eastbourne Borough with the kick-off. Ball played here towards Wills. Wills finds Campbell back inside towards Wills. Closed down by Lee Togwell. Fred outside to Hamilton, the right back. He's got a bit of space here to bring the ball down. Tries to find Walker, being checked by George Wells. Back in here towards Hamilton. Finds Wills. Wills 35 yards in towards Cox. Cox, the ex-Brighton player, finds Campbell in a bit of space on this left-hand side. Davis comes across to block that ball in. Ball goes in, headed away by Warren Harris, of all people, then headed back away from Sam Togwell. Comes out here towards Scott Davis, and under pressure Campbell steals the ball off him on the byline. Tries to go down there, but Guy Hollis comes across to clear the ball. And the ball comes here towards Stevens. Little push in the back on Stevens, but Eastbourne Borough have the ball. And it's here with Gardiner. Gardiner spreads it out here to Mark Smith, the goalkeeper, who's 15, 20 yards outside of his box. He's almost playing like a proper sweeper keeper. Ball outside here towards Pollard, the centre-back. Sorry, Gardiner, the centre-back. Back here, Slough just put a little bit of pressure on him and comes back here towards Smith, the goalkeeper, outside of his box. Sprays it out, looks for Hamilton, puts it straight out of play for a throw to the Rebels. And early days yet, but Slough are doing extremely well here this afternoon. Good afternoon to Mike O'Loughlin, who's listening from Churston Cove in Devon. For a moment I thought you said you were in a cave. Throw there, looking for Stevens. Stevens doing well to hold the ball up on the far side, trying to shred the ball here towards James Dobson. Dobson on the level with the 18-yard box. There's Warren Harris just about coming in. Crosses the ball, looking for Warren Harris. Harris heads it across. He'll get a second chance to get there. Campbell gets there first, but Harris battling with him. Harris still chasing with him, and Campbell keeps the ball in. Lee Togwell's come across, and Togwell plays the ball out. It's a throw to the Rebels. Alfie Bennett wants to know who got sent off. It was Mark Nisbet who got sent off for a straight red card, presumably for being the last man. And the ball thrown in. The Slough fans getting behind their team here with some songs this afternoon. It's nice to hear. And it's ball played out again by Smith, headed on by Hamilton. George Wells chasing it back, and he goes back towards the goalkeeper Turner. Long kick down the field here for the Rebels, and it's intercepted though by Pollard. In towards Wills. Wills loses the ball. Great challenge by Maddie Stevens. Ball's here with Lee Togwell. Togwell again, ball over the top for Dobson to chase. Dobson sees a lot of space down that left hand side. When Dobson gets the ball around by the corner flag. Max Stevens again, the only player in the box. Ball played in. Maddie Stevens! It's 2 to the Rebels! Slough got 2 with 10 men. We've not even played 20 minutes. The cross from Dobson again. And a header by Stevens at the back post. Hits it back across the goalkeeper. 2 defenders he's got in front of him. And still he puts the ball back in the back of the net. Goal number 2 on 20 minutes. For Matty Stevens, and on a hat-trick, the man on loan who last season scored so many goals for Kettering Town is now in the goals here this afternoon. It's Eastbourne Borough 0, Slough Town 2. This is going to turn into the weekend. The best week, if Carlsberg did weekends, this would be it at the moment. It's good afternoon to Jim Robson listening in Plymouth. I'm glad you're all enjoying it so far. It's going to be Eastbourne Borough with the song. Mark Goodwin wants, I think the Jingle Bell song is Jingle Bell, Jingle Bell, Jingle Away. Oh, what fun it is to see Slough Town win away. That one. Ball played in here to Cox. Cox gets the ball to Campbell, the left back, in here towards Pollard. Spreads it across to Gardner, the right of the centre back. Sorry, in here towards Wills. Wills plenty of time on the ball, looking for Martin. Martin's gonna just can't keep that in. He's not tall enough. It's out for a throw to the Rebels. And messages coming up on my thing, but I honestly can't read them at the moment. Let's see what says coming up. Russ wants to know what the red card was for. Russ, you should be listening, mates. But there you go. We'll let you off. Russ is listening in. Slough have a throw. They're going to leave it for Guy Hollis to come across to take this throw. And it's Guy Hollis. Long throw here again, looking for Stevens. Comes off the head of Pollard last. It'll be another throw to Slough, around about 5 yards inside the Eastbourne Borough half. And it's Josh Jackman's come across to take this throw for Slough. Long throw here, looking for Stevens, headed away by Campbell in towards Wills. Wills just lost his ball high into the air, and Davies gets a push in the back, and it's a free kick to the Rebels for a foul by Odebaid. Slough fans chanting for the player to be sent off. If he sent him off for that, then that would be a terrible refereeing decision. But it's a free kick for Slough, roughly about 10 yards inside the Eastbourne Borough half. It's Scott Davies standing over this one here. And Davies taking his time. Slough with just 3 men forwards for this. Ball played in, looking for Warren Harris. It's been headed away. Torres will keep the ball in on the far hand side for Eastbourne. Cuts inside past Dobson. Torres still with the ball. Plays it out here. Davis intercepts for the Rebels, and from inside the Eastbourne Borough half goes all the way back towards Jack Turner. Good control by the Slough goalkeeper. Then he just launches the ball back over the top here. Headed away by Gardner. The header comes through and it will bounce here towards Guy Hollis, who hooks the ball back over. Stevens will chase this one. He's on a hat-trick. Is he going to get there first? No, the goalkeeper just comes out. And Stevens just put a leg out there that caught the goalkeeper. The referee missed that one. That was more of a red card offence. Ball comes in here towards Campbell. Finds Wills. Wills happy to orchestrate for Eastbourne Borough here and finds Gardner. Gardner can bring the ball forwards 20 yards. Chipping the ball over the top. Looking for the run of Odebaid. Intercepted by Guy Hollis. Plays a long ball forwards for Slough, but no one up for Slough to chase, and that will run through to Mark Smith, just on the outside of his penalty area. Controls the ball with his feet, and is now a good 20 yards, 30 yards outside of his box. He's almost on the halfway line here. Plays the ball forwards, headed away by Guy Hollis. Then Lee Togwell flicks the next one on. Matty Stevens gets a touch to it and tries to get there first. Torres with the challenge slides in and wins the ball back. And much to the annoyance of the Eastbourne Borough fans, the number 5 Pollard centre-back goes back to his goal from inside his own half. Ball played now out here towards Campbell. Campbell, the left-back, plays the ball in too much on it. That will run all the way through to Jack Turner. And Turner will just stand with the ball at his feet until Walker comes and chases him down, in which case he picks the ball up. And in case you are late joining us, we've just gone past the halfway point of the first half. It's Eastbourne Borough 0, Slough Town 2. Both goals for Matty Stevens on 16 and 20 minutes. And the Slough fans in a rendition of Bakes and Under's Rebel Army. Headed away. Ball comes here towards Dave. Oh, Davis hits it backwards here for Sam Togwell to chase. I don't think that was what he was saying. We had a good chat with Scott Davis before the game here this afternoon. Ball with Togwell. Across the 6-yard box towards Turner. Turner smashes this one clear, and it's headed away by Pollard in towards the feet of Warren Harris. Harris going back here, and it comes here towards Hollis. Hollis chipping the ball down the field and looking for the run, but Dobson had come across and made a different run, and it's going to go all the way through to the goalkeeper Smith, and Smith will just bring the ball out with his feet out of his box again, coming a good 10 yards outside of his box, and then looks for that long ball downfield, looking for Walker. Headed burst off the ball is there. It's a foul though by Guy Hollis. Walker's now gone down as if he's been seriously injured. It's just a shoulder barge, and Walker has stayed down at the moment, so Walker is currently down injured for Eastbourne Borough. And good afternoon to Graham Tompkins, who's listening as well. And it's a free kick here for Eastbourne Borough, roughly around about 35 yards away from goal. It is quite a central position for Eastbourne. I will try and keep you up to date with the scores from the other games, but we'll concentrate on this one first. It's Cox with this free kick, aimed in, headed by Odebaid. It's well wide of the goal, but that is actually the first effort that Eastbourne Borough have had in the game, and it's taken them 25 minutes to have that chance. So Slough being the dominant of the two teams here with 2 goals despite being down to 10 men. And maybe we should see if we can get Mark Nisbet to come and join in on the commentary. A bit difficult, I've only got one microphone, but we'll share it. Jack Turner just takes his time with this kick. Turner being urged by the referee to get on with it. Plays his ball in, looking for Dobson. It's Torres that heads the ball away. Poor touch by Odebaid means that Slough the ball with Sam Togwell in towards Wells. Wells down the line for Stevens to chase. Stevens chasing all the loose balls here, and it comes off Gardner, who actually does really well to win the ball and keep it in play, and finds Hamilton in towards Wills. James Dobson chasing all the way across the pitch. He's come from the left side to the right hand side. Ball's here with the left back Campbell inside towards Wills. Again Dobson chasing after him. No one can dispute his work rate this afternoon. Ball played out here towards Hamilton. Hamilton just inside the Slough half, 5 yards in. Just has the ball at his feet. Little ball in, intercepted by Dobson. And to a huge poor side by the Eastbourne Borough fans. Ball's here with Matty Stevens. He's been challenged by Torres and Hamilton, and Eastbourne Borough have the ball here with Wills. Here towards Cox. Cox chipping the ball out, looking for the run of Martin, but Jackman's there for Slough. Hooks the ball out of play for a throw to Eastbourne Borough. And the management team of Eastbourne Borough already thrown the balls on here. Quick throw here by Campbell in towards Wills. And Wills plays the ball in towards Torres. Torres with his hair tied back, with a bit of a Fellaini hairstyle going on. Ball outside here towards Hamilton, the right back. Chips the ball in, looking to the far post. It's gone past everybody and out of play for a goal kick. So 27 minutes gone here. And the referee is just calling somebody over. I think it's Guy Hollis here. He's going to book Guy Hollis for something. I guess it might be for well, I'm going to say book because I said that last time and he sent someone off, so I'm just going to see Let's just make sure it is a yellow this time. And yes, Guy Hollis gets a yellow card on 27 minutes. I'm not sure what that was for, but it's a yellow card. And Slough will be short of defensive players on the bench if they lose another. Turner takes this kick, aimed towards Stevens. It will bounce all the way through though to Smith in the opposing goal, and he rolls the ball out here for Gardner to take. Gardner chips it back in here towards Wills. Wills is playing so deep that he's got so much time on the ball. Slough have got numbers behind. Inside towards Campbell, the left back. Here towards Pollard. Pollard back across the pitch to his centre-back partner Gardner. Gardner bringing the ball forwards here for Eastbourne. Plays the ball in towards Torres. Torres flicks it straight, headed away by George Wells and in towards Dobson. Dobson can't get a touch to it. He's beaten to the ball. By Gardner, and it's out of play for a throw to the Rebels on the far hand side. George Wells has come across to take that one, and it's the throw in headed on by James Dobson, trying to find Stevens. Stevens flicks it in to Warren Harris, just behind Warren Harris, but Harris can run with the ball. Jackman coming forwards for Slough on the overlap. Oh, he plays it in towards Jackman. Jackman gets into the box. Oh, he goes down. That's got to be a red card then. Oh. Slough fans, players are asking for red cards. Jackman was clearly in the box. He's not the last man, but it's got to be a red card because it's a foul inside the box. And this will be interesting to see if the referee evens this up. He's going to call the player over, and he's given a penalty to Slough. So Slough have a penalty, and this would be to put Slough, bearing in mind they've been playing with 10 men for the last 20 minutes, it's a chance for Slough to go 3-0 up, all 3 goals with 10 men. It's James Dobson to take the penalty for Slough. And we're just going to see one of the Eastbourne Borough players get a booking here. I think it's Wills who's going to be the player. I would guess this is for dissent. So it's Dave Martin actually is the player who's getting booked. And I think it was actually him that had the foul. And it's a yellow card for Martin. And it's James Dobson here up against Mark Smith. Dobson scored a penalty in his last game. Can he do it again this afternoon? It's Dobson to come up, runs down here, hits it low, it's free to the Rebels. It's James Dobson with a third, and he sends the goalkeeper the wrong way, and Slough, who are down to 10 men, are 3-0 up, and the goal coming on 31 minutes. Who would have thought that this afternoon? Let's just say that you got to be very careful when you do these commentaries, because obviously I am a guest of the home side, and I am actually situated in their press box, unfortunately surrounded by a lot of their fans. So just bear with me. I think James Dobson has just got booked for James Dobson has got a yellow card as well with that goal. So some of the fans in front of us obviously not too happy about this, but Slough 3-0 up with that penalty from James Dobson. He's got a booking for his celebration, and you might be able to pick up some of the language. If you're picking up any bad language, I do apologise. The referee just coming over to the Eastbourne Borough manager, who's not happy with the decision of a penalty. And he's just been told no more. He's still having a go, but I'm just hoping that you aren't picking any of these things up. He's sent him off now. He's just sent off the Eastbourne town manager, who continued his protest. So he's now gonna. I could get him to sit in on the commentary. That'd make it entertaining. So it's for those of you joining late, 32 minutes gone. Eastbourne Borough 0, Slough Town 3. Slough got Martin's bit sent off in 10 minutes and have scored 3 goals since. It's Eastbourne Borough with the kick-off. Ball's here with Wills, and Wills plays it out here towards Campbell. Campbell just inside his own half. Under pressure from Warren Harris, finds Pollard. Pollard again spreads it out towards Gardner. Gardner has the ball here, just crossing the halfway line inside towards Will. Stevens chasing him down inside here towards Dean Cox. Cox here back outside towards Martin. Martin, the left winger, gets a cross in. Sam Togwell gets a touch to its head away. Torres stretches to get the ball, but intercepted by Lee Togwell. And Togwell brings it out for Slough. Ball played in there to Dobson and intercepted by Torres, but George Wells gets a lucky ricochet off Torres to Eastbourne Borough. Ball's here with Odebay. Backheels it into the box. Great dive though by Jack Turner, who bravely comes out at the feet and claims the ball for Slough. And there's not many Slough fans in this stand that I'm in, so we'll just try not to. So far, every time we've scored, I've had some horrible looks from people. Long ball over the top. Two Eastbourne players challenge each other. The ball though falls to Wills, who plays it over the top, looking for the run of Walker. Hollis has gone across with him, and Walker holds the ball up, plays it in. It's smashed clear by Sam Togwell out for a throw on the far hand side. And the referee's coming back over here. The linesman has drawn his attention to something that is happening. And there's another assistant of Eastbourne Borough who's been spoken to by the referee. But he's just had a speaking to. He looks a little bit like Brian McDermott. And the safety officer has come across to have a word. I think it's because he's standing outside of the box. The Slough fans are making a noise. They're singing, they're going through their repertoire of songs here. But we wait for the throw to come in from the far hand side. Long throw comes into the box there, bouncing around. Slough get a touch to it. And then Davis can clear the ball for Slough. Under pressure, still holds the ball up here. And then looks to play it down, but still running with the ball. Davis running 30 yards, then plays it off Hamilton for a throw to the Rebels. And Davis, we had a good long chat with Scott Davis, who was here early, staying down in Brighton for the weekend, so he didn't come on the players coach. Mr. Abs has joined. He wants to know what the score is. Anyone want to tell him? Absy, it's Eastbourne 0, Slough 3, and Slough have been with 10 men for 24 minutes and 51 seconds according to the scoreboard. Ball's here by Udderbaid, who plays it down from the wing, headed away by Lee Togwell. It comes here towards James Dobson. Dobson skips past the challenge of Hamilton and can bring the ball out. Matty Stevens is the only player with him, just overruns. It's taken off him by Wills. And now Wills plays the ball into Walker. Walker spreads it out, looking for the run of Odebay. Sam Togwell's there, barges him off the ball and sees it out. It does actually come off Togwell last. It's a corner to the home side, only their second of the game. And Slough have had 5 shots in this half and scored 3 of them. Eastbourne Borough have only had 1 effort so far that was not the best of shots either. So it's a corner on the far hand side. It'll be an in-swinging corner here. Slough with some defending to do. As the ball's played in too deep, it's easily taken by Jack Turner in the Slough goal. And he'll just lay on that ball for a couple of seconds and waits for the Eastbourne players to move down the field. And it's Jack Turner just plays the ball out here easily to George Wells. Wells leaves it for James Dobson. Dobson looking over the top for the run of Matt Stevens. Gardner gambles on it, intercepts the ball well, but Stevens chases him down and he has to go back towards his goalkeeper, King. Smith. What's his name today? Smith. King was the other guy, wasn't it? King was Oxford's goalkeeper. Ball here with Pollard. Finds Kane Wills. He can turn. Looks for the run of Martin down this near-hand side. Jackman goes with him. Martin stretches to get to the ball. And Jackman turns and keeps the ball in on the far-hand side. And wins a free kick for a foul by Martin, who's already on a yellow card. So does have to be a little bit careful down that side. Yeah, one of the Eastbourne... I think the lone Eastbourne assistant manager who hasn't been spoken to yet, shaking his head with disbelief. Slough have a free kick and Jack Turner taking it. He's right by the corner flag in his own half here. He's just saying to the referee that someone had kicked the ball away. That's why he's just taking his time getting the ball. Jack Turner takes this free kick for the Rebels. And plays it here looking for the run of Stevens. Stevens, it just hits him on the back as he gambled on the ball. Ball here with Wills. Wills finds Tristan Campbell. Campbell just does Christian Campbell, not Tristan, Christian. Ball played out here towards Gardner. Gardner can bring the ball forward here for Eastbourne Borough. Just being held up in towards Torres. Back out here towards Eastbourne's Gardner, in towards Hamilton. Back here. Slough quite happy. They've got all 10 men behind the ball here at the moment. Ball's here with Wills. is orchestrating the lot. Finds Campbell, who's got a little bit of space. Jackman goes across to pick him up. And Warren Harris goes into the right back position. Campbell treads on the ball. Back heels it. Finds Martin. And Martin tries to go past two. And Warren Harris brings the ball out here for Slough. And plays it down the line, but can't keep it in. It's a throw to the home side. Wills takes it quickly, finding Pollard. Pollard just inside his own half finds Gardner. Gardner inside the centre circle can turn and bring the ball forwards. Plays it in towards Torres. Torres central position, just being chased by Lee Togwell. Still has the ball, chips it out on the far hand side where he finds Odebaid. Odebaid, the striker, plays it in here to Cox. Cox gets a bit of a run, gets across in. It's cleared by Slough. It came last off a Eastbourne player. It's out for a goal kick to the Rebels. And good afternoon to everyone. Michael McGranken, fan. Sorry, Michael, I got your name wrong, but I could just call you Michael from now. It's a lot easy. Claire Queen kindly filled in Mr. Abs on the score. Thank you for that. And Tequila Shark said, I had 5k on having a player sent off and winning 2-0. You shouldn't be betting that. Scott Davis would tell you off for betting. There you go. And it's Jack Turner taking his time with this goal kick. He's walked it all the way from one side to the other side of the 6-yard box to take this kick. And Jack Turner just taking his time, much to the annoyance of the Eastbourne fans in front of me. It's come off the head of Pollard and it's out for a throw to the Rebels here. Almost lands on some kid's chips. There you go. And Slough will have the throw that Warren Harris is here to take. He's going to leave it for Josh Jackman to take. And so just being told to go to the corner. In towards Warren Harris. Harris holding the ball up here towards Jackman. Jackman won the penalty, plays it at Wills. It's come off Wills last towards Cox. Cox plays it forwards. Davis spreads it out here towards George Wells. Wells with a bit of space. He's going to shoot from distance. He hits it hard and low, but it's an easy gather there by the goalkeeper. But Slough with an effort there. Matty Stevens did well to chase it just in case the goalkeeper had spilled that one. And it's here now with Pollard. Pollard with the ball down the field. Josh Jackman heads the ball away for Slough. It comes to Odebaid. He's taken. Davis gets in front of him and plays it back here towards Jack Turner. Turner just plays the ball down the field here for Slough. Matt Stevens wins the header. Lee Togwell wins the next header. Matt Stevens chases this one, headed away by Gardner. Only to Davis, who shoots from distance easily at the goalkeeper. We're not going to call that as a shot because we want to. And the ball's here with Mr. Wills. I will fill you in a little bit more on detail of the conversation I had with Scott Davis before the game. Quite an interesting thing if you don't know the Scott Davies story. So I'll do that at half time along with the quiz for you as well. Ball's here with Gardner on the far hand side and finds Hamilton, the right back, being chased down by James Dobson, who's working hard. Dobson, a little bit of a poor challenge, allows Hamilton to get to the byline, plays it all the way across. Warren Harris hits him, almost goes in his own net, but it's Slough who clear the ball, only as far as Gardner. Gardner in here towards Wills. Wills just turning away from Matty Stevens. Plays the ball in here towards Campbell. Campbell crosses the ball in. It's left by... it's a shot. What a good save that was by Jack Turner. Mistake by Guy Hollis, who had an air kick shot, and Jack Turner just spreads himself well. The Slough goalkeeper's not had a lot to do this afternoon, but balls are saved from the shot from Walker, and it's a corner now here to the home side. And again, it's Cox who goes across to take this corner for Eastbourne Borough. Goes to the far post where it's headed well wide of the goal, headed off the post there by Slough. And George Wells can't keep it in, and it's gone out for another corner to the home side on the far side, and this will be underneath the scoreboard. So it says 41 minutes and 45 seconds gone. And it's a corner again on the far hand side, taking it, springing. Turner gets a punch to it, and Guy Hollis tries to get there first, but it's actually come here towards Cox. Cox little ball in, allows Pollard, who can turn. His shot is straight at Jack Turner, and that's an easy claim by the Slough goalkeeper, who just dives on top of the ball and just eating up a little bit of the clock, as they say. And it's Turner with the ball. All you can hear is Eastbourne fans shouting, "Come on, tell them to get on with it." Ball played in, looking for Dobson, headed away by Torres. Offside there against Walker, who goes down. He holds his head because he felt he got injured, realises it's offside, then he gets up because he's been miraculously treated. So the take from that as you would like. So there you go. Jack Turner to take this free kick for Slough. Chipping it here forwards for Warren Harris. Takes it down on his chest, halfway inside the Eastbourne Borough half. Up against Campbell. Tries to go past him. Campbell does well to hold the ball up though. And plays it back here towards Wills. Wills just chips the ball forwards. Nearest to the ball is Slough's Lee Togwell. Changes Abude. Guy Hollis goes in with a challenge. Ball bounces here towards Stevens. Stevens holds the ball up well. He's got James Dobson here on the far hand side. Gets the ball to Dobson. Dobson 25 yards out. Chips the goalkeeper. Oh, he almost chips it into the back of the net. But it's over the top of the bar. And it's out for a goal kick to the home side. Dobson almost adding a fourth there for the Rebels. Smith takes it short and finds Pollard. Pollard's like 10 yards away from his own goal to bring the ball forwards here. And Pollard plays it here, trying to find Martin. The ball skips over the head of Josh Chapman. Martin gets a cross in into the centre. Goes headed forwards, and it's a goal back for Eastbourne Borough on 43 minutes. And a goal comes from Walker, I believe, on 44 minutes. There's a cross from Martin on the far hand side, a lovely cross by him, and in the centre was Walker, who heads the ball into the back of the net past Jack Turner. Eastbourne Borough 1, Slough Town 3 is the score here at the moment, and a good goal. And Slough just got to be careful. It did come from the fact that Slough were attacking and hadn't got back in numbers there, but it's Slough with the kick-off towards Davies, who just hammers this ball out of the ground. And person in front of me don't like that one. It's out of play. We'll give you the half-time scores and stuff as well, and we'll try and keep up to date. But we'll stay with this game for the moment. And if you're a member of the Slough Town Trust on Twitter, you can see a video of the James Dobson penalty goal. Ball's here with Odebate. Flicks over the top here for Walker. Hollis tries to get it. Breaks through to Walker. He's still trying to turn. He's trying to turn inside the box. Breaks the block. Gets a shot from Odebate that's blocked. And it's cleared here, and it comes here towards James Dobson. Slough under a bit of pressure. Ball play forwards looking for Stevens. Headed away though by Gardner. Ball played in here, and Dobson again chasing hard for the Rebels. Comes here towards Campbell. Campbell being urged to go down. There's 3 minutes of added time. And ball's here with Martin. Hits it straight at Davis. Ball comes in from Cox in towards Martin. Martin chips the ball forwards. It's lazy by Slough, and it's a block by Tog. How's the referee given a goal kick? I mean, the ball's played forward for Wills, Kane Wills, who bursts on from midfield. Sam Togwell gets a foot to it. It clearly takes a deflection off his foot. It's got to be a corner, and the referee gives a goal kick. Absolutely crazy. We've got. We're into the first 38 seconds of the added 3 minutes, and Jack Turner again taking his time with these kicks here. And Turner just taking his time. You can hear, can't you? You can hear it. Ball's headed away by Gardner. Sam Togwell with the next header. Comes here towards Wills. Looking for the ball over the top. I think Eastbourne Borough trying to find Martin as their man down his left-hand side. Hits his cross straight at Josh Chapman. And Chapman can clear for the Rebels. It's a throw to Eastbourne Borough. Campbell comes across to take it quickly. In towards Wills. Gets the ball back to Campbell. Campbell chased down by Stevens. Stevens with a lazy foot out challenge. Ball crossed in. Turner again punches clear. Comes out here towards Hamilton. He takes it down and runs into a couple of Slough players. Hollis with the clearance. It's won back though by Torres. In here towards Campbell. Martin's clear on the left hand side. Martin does get the ball. Martin trying to cross up against Chapman. Comes off Chapman. That's got to be a corner. And Slough under a lot of pressure here in these last couple of minutes. There's about 1 minute and 10 seconds of the added time to go. And Slough just trying to hold out for a little bit here. Dean Cox will take this corner from the near hand side, and it's an in-swinging corner for Slough to deal with. The ball played into the box, bouncing around. Oh, it's headed goalwards, and again another good save by Jack Turner, who dives on the ball, and he's just wasted. You can tell it's in the home fans are not liking this at all. As Jack Turner has the ball in his hands here. We've got about 40 seconds of added time left. as Turner launches this kick down the field. It goes straight out of play. It'll be a throw to the home side. And Campbell takes the throw. Bloke at the front going mad, telling referee to get our keeper to hurry up. Ball played out here towards Gardner. Gardner cuts back inside here towards Pollard. Pollard 10 yards inside his own half finds Campbell. Campbell on the halfway line, being urged to go forward. Stevens chasing down Wills here with Pollard. Pollard spreads it across here towards Gardner. Slough quite happy to let the two centre backs have the ball. Gardner chips the ball forwards, headed away by Hollis. Bounces here towards Torres, but it won't make a difference because it's half time here at Arbour Park. And what a first half it's been here for the Rebels, as they lead here 3-1. And the game didn't have much going for it in the first few minutes, and then the sending off of Mark Nisbet for what was got to be a last man challenge. I don't think that he was particularly the last man. I think there was no doubt in it was a foul, but I think that for me, from my view, and I'm kind of on the halfway line, for me, I thought that there was covering players, why I was quite surprised. That's why I originally said it was a booking, because no way in a million years did I think that was a red card. It was definitely a foul outside the edge of the penalty area, but for me it wasn't a red card. But the red card was given, and Slough were down to 10 men. Made no difference to the Rebels, because they just turned around and went, well, let's just score a couple of goals. First one comes from Matty Stevens. Lovely crossing from James Dobson on the far hand side. Hit it in nice and low, and Stevens got in front of the defenders there to get in and poke the ball past Mark Smith in the Eastbourne Borough goal. Just 4 minutes later, Slough had a second, and again the combination of James Dobson and Matty Stevens down that left hand side worked well. This time Dobson got down to the corner flag, put a hanging cross in, and it cleared the two tall central defenders of Eastbourne Borough to find Matty Stevens, who headed it across the goalkeeper and into the back of the goal for 2-0 on 20 minutes. Then Slough with a great chance to make it 3 came from the penalty spot after Josh Jackman was fouled by Dave Martin in the penalty box, and James Dobson came and put the ball in the back of it, sending the goalkeeper the wrong way to give Slough the 3-0 lead. Then on 44 minutes, that goal back by Walker for Eastbourne Borough, and that is your half-time score as it stands. So I know what you're waiting for. You're all waiting for the half-time quiz. I know you all like the half-time quiz. So I'm following on from last Saturday. So last Saturday we did anagrams. So basically, I'm going to give you 4. I might even give you 5 just for a laugh. All you've got to do is tell me these teams from our league. So I'm going to give you the anagrams of these teams. Okay. All you've got to do, you can come on Twitter or you can come on the thing, or you can just guess at home. I don't care if you don't come and message me. It's fine. But I'm going to give you 5 anagrams. You've got to tell me which Manorama League South team they are. Right. So I'm going to start you with a nice easy one, and that's Itchy Bat. I'm being kind to you. I've got a hangover. The first one is Itchy Bat. Number 2 is Equity Nudity. Equity Nudity. That is a team in the National League South. Then the next one I'm going to give you, Them Elephants Mode. Them Elephants Mode. Okay, that is the name of a team. It's an anagram of a team in our league. Number 4 is Corn and Grocers. Corn and Grocers. That's your number 4 for you. That's a team in our league. And then the last one is True Cyclist Ego. True Cyclist Ego. So I've run through those 5 for you. All you've got to tell me which teams from the National League South are they. So you've got Itchy Bat, Equity Nudity, Them Elephants Mode, Corn and Grocers, and True Cyclist Ego. That is what you need to try and tell me who they are. So there you go. And we're just going to see if we can find you the scores from the other games for you. Just bear with me a second. So we'll find those for you. And let's just trying to think of where we are today. Oh, I tell you what, if any of you want to do the commentary, I would guarantee you do not do it when you've got a hangover. I've really struggling to find anything here. Right, okay, according to this is what I've got. Billericay 0, Dartford 0, Chippenham 0, Gloucester 0, Eastbourne 1, Slough 3, Hungerford 0, Torquay 1, Oxford 0, Bath 0, St Albans 1, Concord Rangers 0, Truro 0, Hampton and Richmond 2, Wealdstone 0, Chelmsford 2, Welling 2, East Thurrock 0, Weston Supermare 1, Hemel Hempstead 1, Weston have had a player sent off, and Woking 0, Dulwich 1. Those are your scores. I won't give you that one. William Tucker's got one of them right. Well done, Will. And just going to go through the championship for you. So it's Bolton 1, Bolton 0, QPR 1, Brentford 1, Wigan 0, Bristol City 0, Sheffield United 0, Hull 1, Ipswich 0, Millwall 0, Leeds 0, Norwich 0, Middlesbrough 0, Preston 1, Reading 1, Rotherham 0, Derby 0, Sheffield Wednesday 1, Stoke 2, and Swansea 0, Nottingham Forest 0. Those are the ones that I can give you so far. I'll give you some more if I'm a bit bored later on. Just a reminder, your next game for the Rebels will be next Saturday. Slough will be at home to Sholing FC. That's the 22nd of September. Now, that is an FA Cup game. Now, a couple of things for you to be aware of. First of all, it's all pay on the day. So, if you're a season ticket holder, you will still have to pay to get in. Also, because it's an FA Cup game, you won't be able to drink in the upstairs bar and watch the game at the same time. So just be aware of that. And that's the next game for the Rebels. And I was just going to talk to you about Scott Davies. So we got here quite early because me and a few people have stayed over in Eastbourne this weekend. And basically we got here quite early, and Scott was here early because he's staying down with some people in Brighton, so he's going there after the game, so he didn't come on the team coach. So we were having a chat. Now, if you don't know the Scott Davies story, Scott was a professional footballer with Reading and Crawley, and played for a lot of clubs, but he had a bit of a gambling problem and gambled away a fair bit of his money. And Scott was saying that he now works for a group that go round, and they like a gamble aware course. So he goes round to sports club, football clubs, and whatever like that, talking to footballers and young footballers about things to do and how you don't get into the habit of gambling, and what you do is waiting for your money, and there's other things for you to do, and that if you do have a problem, he and the team that he works with have ways of helping out so that you're not alone. So he was talking about the Swansea, the ex-Chelsea goalkeeper, Lenny Pidgley, who was playing for Farnborough Town, or Farnborough FC, I think they're just called now, aren't they, because they've gone bust so many times. And he was saying that one of the Farnborough players had heard about what was going on with the goalkeeper, Lenny Pidgley, and got in contact with Scott, and Scott got in contact with spoke to the player himself, and then got in contact with a counsellor so that he had someone that he could speak to, because he had a depression problem, and he decided that he wanted to retire. If you look at the BBC Sport page, there is an interview with Lenny Pidgley telling you about his struggle and how difficult it is for players when they're not playing, or how difficult it is to the pressure that they put up with and stuff like that. And it's a really good article on the BBC Sport website that you can find about Lenny Pidgley and his struggle. And Scott Davies is doing his bit as a rebel, who's and he's going round to different clubs, and he's helping other professional footballers and semi-professional sportsmen out. And Scott was having a really honest conversation with us in the bar earlier, and saying how some clubs maybe have a little bit more money than sense and stuff, and that doesn't help the situation when they're quite willing to throw money at different players. But Scott admitted to in the days when he did lose his money, that he often slept in his car at a service station because he had no money to go anywhere. He couldn't afford to live, and he just stayed in his car and went to training the next day after sleeping in his car overnight. So Scott has his own story, which has also been on the BBC Sports website. But although I don't want to kind of like gloss over it, because it is a very sensitive subject, and mental health is very much in the forefront of some clubs this week. And we did just wind him up though before he left to say that he is the only Slough player in the entire list of squad who's not scored a goal for the Rebels. I know Sam Togborough hasn't got a league goal, but he did score in pre-season. And of course Jack Turner scored from the penalty spot in the League Cup 2 seasons ago. So as it stands, Scott Davies is the only Slough player not to have scored a goal for the Rebels. So I think he's going to try and get that corrected today. I can just see some of the Slough players standing with our joint manager John Underwood. Let's have a look who's got. Well, I think between you all that you may have got all my anagrams, which is quite. I was hoping that you might not get one of those. Let's just have a look at what we got. We've got Bath City. That's correct. Number 2, which was Equity Nudity, is Torquay United. Well done, Claire. Number 3. Mark Hemmel got it. Mark Godding got that right. So it's Hemel Hempstead Town is them Elephants Mode, and Mark's also got numbers 4 and 5. 4 is Corn and Grocers, which is Concord Rangers, and True Cyclist Ego was Gloucester City. So there you go. You've all got our quiz between you all, and we're just we're situated right by. Every time we come to an away game, we're situated right by the tannoy, which is really annoying, and so it's really loud, so hopefully you can all hear us clearly. And we're just going to see what else is going on. For those of you who there is a video going around of somebody dancing in a pub last night in Eastbourne. It may well be me. You might see that around some. I think it's on Twitter somewhere. I think someone's got it. But yes, there you go. So the Eastbourne players are out for the start of the second half. They're already here. Slough have got a couple of players out, slowly coming out. So I guess that the Eastbourne Borough managers maybe had a bit of a go at his team. And Claire said the audio is really clear, fantastic. That's what we like. I could just imagine you all listening to whatever this song is in the background. It's very tinny, the sound, and so hopefully you can't hear that. So that's good to know. We're just waiting for the second half to start. We're pretty much on time as it is, and we are literally just waiting for a few Slough players and the referee to turn up. Eastbourne Borough already out. I'm just trying to see, they've got the numbers on the shorts, which is quite helpful actually, because I'm trying to see if they've got any substitutions at the moment. Some woman's walking around with some toilet roll in her hand. Either she's going to put it in the toilets to my side or she's going to throw it on the pitch. So there you go. Louis Saws is chatting to someone in the bottom of the stand here. We're still just waiting a few Slough players to come out for the start of the second half. And we're just going to check something very quickly for you. I thought this sound system here at Eastbourne Borough is atrocious. It's very whiny. I was promised a cup of tea as well, but I didn't get it. I could have sworn I was going to get a cup of tea, but there you go. Doesn't look like that's the case. So we'll have to write a letter of complaint. As it stands, if all the results stay the same, Slough will be up to 5th in the league, and will leapfrog their rivals here this afternoon if all the games stay as they are. And some of the Slough players just slowly coming out for us. Some of the fans just making their way here as well. And again, we're just waiting for... I know Slough have only got 10, but they're it's very slow in coming out here at the moment. I've got a little special message before the start of the second half. I'm going to give a shout out to Connor McNish, who's in Norfolk Hospital at the moment listening in, which is why they're not at the game. And Scott normally does the Twitter. So good afternoon to Connor McNish, who's listening in from Norfolk Hospital. Hope your operation goes well, mate, and hopefully we'll see you back at a Slough game very, very soon. Just waiting for Slough to come out. Oh, this sound system's killing my ears. Just looking to see how many Slough players. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so there's no changes to the two teams. So the sides are: the home side in goal is Mark Smith, 2 Marvin Hamilton, 3 is Christian Campbell, 4 Kane Wills, 5 Harry Pollard, 6 is Tom Gardner, 7 Dean Cox, 8 is the captain Sergio Torres, 9 Charlie Walker, 10 Yemi Budi, and 11 Dave Martin. For the Rebels it's Jack Turner in goal, 2 Josh Jackman, 3 George Wells, 4 Guy Hollis, 6 Lee Togwell, 7 James Dobson, 8 Sam Togwell, 10 Matty Stevens, 11 Warren Harris, and 14 is Scott Davies. So now we'll have the kick-off at the start of this second half. And we're just waiting for the referee to start this. He's just checking his watches. And there you go, it's the start of the second half. Slough with the ball, played in here towards Scott Davies, who plays the ball forwards, headed away here by Gardner, flicked on by Walker. Comes here and bounces, flicked on by Martin. Looking for Cox, but it's cleared by Josh Jackman, and out of play for a throw to the home side, just 10 yards inside their own half. And it will be Campbell that takes the throw. Short throw in towards Pollard. Pollard has time to control the ball. And it's here spread in towards Gardner. Gardner has the ball on the halfway line, looking for an option. There's no movement. Plays it into Obudi, but it's headed away by Slough, and it's cleared by Lee Togwell, who plays it out, looking for the run of James Dobson. Gardner's underneath it for Eastbourne Borough and just pummels the ball back in. George Wells, been blinded by the sun, heads the ball away only as far as Hamilton. Hamilton's good control, finds Wills. Wills ball inside, looking for Obudi. Lee Togwell's in there first, got caught there, did Lee Togwell, and that's a foul. And as you can guess, the home fans aren't too impressed with that. The Slough fans on the far hand side though are again getting their voices in gear. And Lee Togwell get to his feet in a second. And Togwell is back to his feet. It's a free kick here to the Rebels. And Alex the physio just has to make his way back. And Turner takes this free kick for Slough, looking for Stevens. Dobson in fact tries to win the header. It comes out here though towards Campbell. Campbell controls the ball and then plays it out here looking for Martin. Martin, who put the cross in for the goal. Back in here for Kane Wills, who plays it towards Campbell. Campbell spreads it again towards Gardner, and Gardner can bring the ball out here. And again, he's got no options for him, and then plays it all the way back towards his centre-back partner, Pollard, who's just inside the centre circle, inside his own half. Here towards Cox. Cox's ball is intercepted by Togwell. Togwell's touch is heavy, and it falls to Martin on the far-hand side. Martin gets a cross in, evades everyone. Sam Togwell with the clearance and finds James Dobson. Dobson has the ball, now trying to find the ball on the far-hand side for Matty Stevens to chase, but that's a little bit too far and goes out of play. But Stevens indicates it's the right ball, just the right idea, just not... in the right channel, and the ball's thrown here towards the goalkeeper Smith. Smith again brings the ball outside of his penalty area with his feet. He's good 10-15 yards outside. Plays the ball on the far hand side looking for Martin. That'll be easily headed away by Jackman, and it comes through to Warren Harris, who can hook the ball clear here again for Stevens to chase down that near hand side. Gets goal side of that and chases the ball that goes back towards the goalkeeper, and Smith just controls it just in the side his 6-yard box with his feet and brings it again to the edge of his box and plays it out here. And that'll be a free header for George Wells. Wells' header is away, comes through towards Wills. Wills chips the ball back over here, looking for Walker. Walker up against Togwell, and it's smashed clear in the end by Guy Hollis, kept in by Dobson, trying to play a 1-2, and it's just intercepted by Gardner, and it's here with the right back Hamilton. Hamilton plays it into Walker. Walker spreads it back out here towards Wills. Wills inside to Torres. Torres over stretches, but still manages to get the ball in. It's here with Walker, the striker, playing on the right, inside towards Hamilton. Hamilton tries to go past Wells. Wells gets their shirt tug there, referee. That's a free kick. And how can these people not see that was a foul? But he's pulled his shorts. I don't understand how they can say that it wasn't a foul. It's a very strange decision. And it'll be a free kick to Slough, which Jack Turner will take. And it's Turner, long ball down the field here, looking for Dobson. Dobson being climbed over there, but the ball falls here towards Scott Davis. And Davis got caught by Torres there. And Davis just gets back up. And it's a throw to the Rebels this afternoon here, not a free kick. And it'll be... And it's out of play for a throw to the Slough. Some of you got... I haven't had my tea yet, Michael. No, I haven't. It's not good. A lot of you saying you got great reception on the beach. I think I'm watching this from the wrong place, aren't I? It's always the way, isn't it? It's going to be a throw here for Slough. It's aimed towards Dobson. It's going to be cleared, though, by Hamilton with a long ball over the top. And Guy Hollis comes across to play this one. Hooks it across the 18-yard box, and then Josh Jackman heads it back towards Jack Turner in the Slough goal, who again dives on the ball. Theatrically. He's got a white kit, which he's trying to get dirty. I don't think he's realised it's a 4G pitch. Well, that's what we're saying. And Turner just takes a long kick down the field, looking for Stevens. Stevens turns, tries to hold the ball up. It's here with Torres. Torres has the ball taken off him by Dobson. Little 1-2 with Davis. Chipped in, looking for Stevens. Headed away. Comes back here towards Dobson, but Wills gets a touch to it. Cooked clear by Hamilton. Here towards Odabudi. His touch finds Walker. Walker just runs into Walker, and the referee says, get up. Ball's here with Dobson. Plays a little 1-2 off the legs of Hamilton. Ball's back here with Wells. Wells chips it down the line. Gardner comes across to chase it. Dobson puts a work rate in, closes him down. Wells tries to do the same. Ball's been played through, though, as Eastbourne Borough make use of the extra man. Back in here towards Wills. Wills spreads it on the far hand side towards Christian Campbell. Holds the ball up, just keeps the ball in there. Back inside here towards Wills. Wills has got Torres making a run there. And the ball here with Campbell being forced away by Lee Togwell. And here towards Kane Wills. Inside, in times Hamilton. Hamilton's got Torres down this near hand side. Torres is offside. And he makes a good run in there, but he's offside, and it's a free kick to the Rebels. And it's free kick. There's a handful of Eastbourne Borough fans making some noise this second half, and not making much noise that I could read. So there you go. But there you go. At least they're getting behind their team. It's Jack Turner to take this free kick for Slough. Aimed again towards Stevens. Stevens wins the header. It goes up in the air. Comes to Campbell. Campbell plays the ball forwards. Headed away by Hollis. Breaks here for Cox. Cox with a little cushion header finds Walker. Walker spreads it out to Martin down the left-hand side. Back in towards Walker. Being shadowed by Lee Togwell. Back here for Martin. Martin up against Josh Jackman. Jackman just stands there and holds it up. It comes off Jackman last. It'll be a throw to Eastbourne Borough. Level with the 18-yard box. And Martin takes it quickly, finding Campbell. Campbell closed down by Matty Stevens. Campbell just goes past his challenge and then plays it into the edge of the box for Walker. Trying to get the ball back here towards Campbell. Campbell tries to turn. He runs it out. Referee says it's a corner to the home side. Their first of the second half. And Cox will take this. And it's going to be an in-swinging corner for Slough to defend here. The two centre-backs have gone forwards for Eastbourne Borough, Pollard and Gardner. Some shirt tugging going on there. Ball played into the box. It's hooked clear by Sam Togwell. Only back out as far as Cox. And Cox gets a chance to put a second ball in. Headed away by George Wells. Comes here towards Wills. Wills takes a shot. It's blocked. Bouncing in the box. It's a shot by Cox. It's blocked. And goes out for a corner to the home side. So now some pressure here to try and take. Kane Wills will come and leave the corner for Martin. Martin will try an in-swinging corner here from this near side. And plays the ball. Free header at the far post for Guy Hollis. Breaks to the edge of the box for Cox, who shoots. Blocked by Guy Hollis. And breaks here for Matty Stevens. Stevens on his own. Trying to play it in towards Dobson. Dobson side puts the ball across here towards Warren Harris. Now happy to just play on the break. Warren Harris. Oh, he's got caught. Come on, referee. Oh, it's a disgraceful challenge. He's so late. He's in tomorrow. If that isn't a yellow card, then this referee is loopy. That's a really poor challenge by Cox, and he's rightly going to go into the book for that. That's a terrible challenge. I mean, I don't understand why he's got to make it. Warren Harris has still got to beat 4 players before he gets to the goal. He just crosses the halfway line. And Warren Harris is just gingerly getting to his feet here. And he's just going to go down here. I think they're just going to just wait and see if he's going to come up or not. He looks like he's going to be okay. Just wait and see if the referee flashes a yellow card. I guess he has to Cox because he stays on the pitch, but Cox gets a yellow card on 55 minutes, and Slough have a free kick, which is about 5 yards inside the Eastbourne Borough half. And standing over it is Scott Davies. It looks like we'll see the first Eastbourne Borough substitution of the game in a minute. Scott Davies with the free kick, looking to find Matty Stevens. Stevens chasing Campbell. Campbell has the ball round by the corner flag. Campbell does well to play it in here towards Pollard. Again being chased by Stevens. Ball played forward. Now intercepted with Davies. Davies down the right hand side, trying to shake off a couple of challenges. Plays it off an Eastbourne player, and Slough have a throw level with the 18-yard box. Slough fans again in good voice behind that goal. Jackman takes the throw quickly, trying to find Warren Harris. Harris tries to get a cross in. He gets a cross in. Not the best of crosses. It's smashed clear in the end, but only as far as Sam Togwell, who plays the ball back with gusto, but that bounces through to Mark Smith in the Eastbourne Borough goal, who's trying to hurry the game along here. And again, he's 10 yards outside of his box, headed away by George Wells. Dobson, he leaves it, hits him on the back of the thing, and it's here with Hamilton. Hamilton plays the ball down the line, and George Wells just seated out of play for a throw. And I think Odobodi should have done a bit better than chasing that one down. Some blokes just consistently banging the fence behind the Eastbourne Borough goal. And it's going to be George Wells with the throw, trying to find Stevens, comes off Hamilton. We find Sam Togwell just volleys the ball up in the air. Stevens tries to get his head there. It comes through to Dobson. Dobson's ball intercepted by Wells. And then Sam Togwell clears the ball. Headed away though by Gardner, only as far as Davis. Davis little fine header to find Dobson. Dobson trying to turn. He's got 4 players around him. Skips past him, but Slough hadn't continued the run, and the ball's back here with Campbell. Campbell now plays it out on the far hand side to Martin. Martin trying to cut inside. Superb challenge by Jackman, but it's ball bounces towards Cox. Played in here, and Odobey goes down looking for a free kick, and the referee says no foul. Linesman says no foul, and Jack Turner has the ball at his feet and slowly picks it up as he waits for Walker to come across. And we've played 11 minutes of the second half. It's still Eastbourne Borough 1, Slough Town 3. And Turner this time smashes the ball, hits Torres, comes out on the far hand side to Martin. Martin gets in front of Jackman, here with Odobade, tries to feed the ball in towards Walker. Walker's now got Wills on the overlap. Wills comes down this right hand side, crosses the ball in, too close to the goalkeeper. That's well taken by him, but he drops the ball as he lands heavily, and it's hooked clear by Slough. Comes here towards Scott Davis. Davis trying to play it in towards Stevens. Stevens gets the ball back towards Davis. Davis just lets it run over the top of his head. It's out of play for a throw to Eastbourne Borough. And you're going to see a substitution coming off is number 5, who is Harry Pollard. Coming on is 12, who is Mike West. So that's a substitution for Eastbourne Borough. It's Pollard off and West on. I would guess that Pollard is a centre-back. He's coming off, and that West is going to play as a midfielder. Looks like they're possibly going to go with just Wills at the back as a holding midfielder, or Torres, and just play with one real centre-back. West has gone into a midfield position. Ball headed towards West, but It's Wells who heads the ball. It comes off the back of his head and goes out of play for a throw here to Eastbourne Borough, level with the Slough 18-yard line. And it will be Hamilton who takes the throw. And the referee, someone's just saying that the referee's dropped a card. Ball's going to be thrown in. That's a poor throw. Dobson flicks it the wrong way, and Davies actually has to head it away from danger out for a goal kick. And it's a corner here to Eastbourne Borough. And it will be the substitute West who takes this corner. It's a poor corner. It's played in low. Sam Togwell first to the ball, and then he can smash the ball clear. And Slough with all their men behind the ball. Ball comes here towards Torres, just inside his own half. He looks up and plays the ball back into the box. Headed away by Josh Chapman, who gets a chance to then volley the ball clear. Matt Stevens will try and chase this one for Slough. Up against Torres. He doesn't get there, but Wills has come across for Eastbourne Borough to claim the ball and plays it back towards the goalkeeper. And it's played in here towards Walker. Walker comes deep to get the ball, turns. Has Hamilton on this near hand side. Hamilton picks the ball up, cuts inside past Dobson, still running with the ball, cuts back the other way against Dobson, and then finds West. West, the substitute, gets a chance to put a cross in. So over the head of everyone. Warren Harris at the back post can't get there, and Campbell will keep the ball in for Eastbourne Borough, but then Warren Harris tries to steal it off him, and it's won back by Martin. In the end, Josh Chapman comes with the challenge across. It's out of play for a throw to Eastbourne Borough. Taken quickly here towards Cox. Cox plays it in. A little ricochet off the head of Odebaid. No, it can't be a corner. It's a goal kick. It's a goal kick. It's a goal kick. The ball comes in. Sam Tugwell heads it against Odebaid's head. It's anyway. The corner's been taken quickly. It's a shot from distance by Campbell, but it's well over the top of the bar. I mean, that's a bit poor referee, and the linesman clearly signalling for the fact it was a goal kick. It is a goal kick. And it's, that's poor refereeing, unfortunately. So there you go. But Connor's only just got... Connor, where have you been? Connor Vlogs? Oh, Connor, you should have been here earlier. You missed the first half. Second half's had nothing in it. So that'll teach you not to listen from the beginning, isn't it? Jack Turner with this goal kick for Slough. Aim towards Dobson. Dobson can't win the header. Davies does head the ball on, looking for Stevens. Ball's headed away, comes towards Cox. Cox's first time ball finds Odebaid. He's trying to play it in. Hollis just stretches and gets a leg to it. And the ball's here with Sam Togwell of Slough. He'll go back towards his goalkeeper. And plays the ball out here, looking again for Stevens. So Stevens is offside, and that'll be a free kick. And it's a free kick to Eastbourne, taken quickly, and the ball will run off the feet of Walker, and it goes through to Jack Turner, who keeps the ball in by the corner flag. In his penalty area, my fault, sorry. And then picks the ball up as Walker comes down to close in on him. So we've played over an hour gone of the game. It's still Eastbourne Borough 1, Slough Town 3. Don't forget, Slough played since the 10 minutes with 10 men. The ball played forwards. Davies flicks it on. Dobson tries to find Stevens. Stevens turns his 1-on-1. He's on a hat-trick. Can he put it for himself through? He can! Stevens has a hat-trick! It's his third of the game. And on 62 minutes, it's a goal for the Rebels. It's his hat-trick in only his third game for the Rebels. He's clear 1-on-1. Turns the last man. As the goalkeeper comes out, Stevens puts it past him. It's 62 minutes for the goal. Eastbourne Borough 1, Slough Town 4 is the score. And the Slough fans are now in good voice behind that goal. They've been a little bit quiet the second half. They're in a little bit it's hard to generate some noise. But the Slough fans are the ones that are making all the noise here this afternoon. They're 4-1 up here. Who would have thought of that at the beginning of the day? And Matty Stevens with the goal, and he gets a hat-trick. Will they let him take the ball home? I don't think they will. And Slough will just wait now to slowly get him back into position. And I think Matty Stevens got a bit of a bloody nose from all the players jumping on top of it. Ball to kick off here, played by Eastbourne Borough, played by Wills out towards Campbell. And Campbell plays it back towards Torres. Is playing more of a centre-back I think he's going to play more of a ball-playing centre-back. Plays it out here towards Cox. Cox comes deep to find the ball. Plays it out here towards Pollard. Pollard has the ball. Again, he's just got no options in front of him. Plays it back out here towards Torres. Now with 2 lines of 4 when they haven't got the ball. Ball back out here towards Cox. Finds Campbell on the left-hand side. Campbell has a chance to put a cross in. It's headed away by Wells. Davies gets a touch to it. Calls here towards Cox. Spreads it back out here towards Hamilton, the right-back. Hamilton goes past Dobson easily. Comes down this near-hand side. Got to pick the right cross out. Drills his ball across. It's a shot. It's a goal back for Eastbourne Borough. And it was Dean Cox, I believe, with the goal. So the goal's flying in. Another goal for Eastbourne Borough. And that one on 64. It is Dean Cox who grabs that goal. Eastbourne Borough 2, Slough Town 4. Connor, where have you been? I said there was nothing going on in the second half. Now the goals are flying in. It's Slough with a kick-off. Ball here with Davies. Immediately under pressure finds George Wells. Wells with the ball forward looking for Dobson. Dobson's beaten to the ball by Hamilton. Goes out of play though for a throw to the Rebels. And Slough is very slowly getting the ball back to take the throw. Ben Harris it is. He was taken off after 10 minutes. Plays the ball down here for the throw. And George Wells will take this throw for the Rebels. Ball played in here, headed on by Dobson. Comes towards Matty Stevens. Stevens just get caught there. Wins a free kick for a foul. In fact, that's only foul number 8 in the entire game. And it looks as though Slough might be looking at putting a substitute on here with a couple of players maybe just a little bit tired. Coming up to 20 minutes gone of the second half. It's Eastbourne Borough 2, Slough 4. But Slough have a free kick around about 10 yards away from goal, but right on the byline. Dobson takes it, plays into the box. Oh, Stevens tries to angle his head to get to it. He can't. It's out for a goal kick. And it will be a goal kick for Eastbourne Borough. So the goals are flying in. And long kick here by King. Headed away well by Sam Togwell. Davies can't get the ball. Falls to Wills. Wills with the ball. Just chased here towards Hamilton. Being chased really well by Stevens, who's putting in a real shift this afternoon. Him and Dobson are working extremely hard on this left-hand side. Ball here with Cox. Scored that second goal. Spreads it out here towards Campbell. Slough on the back foot here. And the ball's played in again towards Cox. Cox chipping the ball over looking for West. West gets the ball. Onside, chips the ball in. Headed over the top though by Odebaid. It's a good cross in. And from 6 yards out, he can't get above it. He heads it over the top of the bar. And it's out for a goal kick to the Rebels. And Jack Turner just taking his time here with this. We've played 21 minutes of the first half. So just coming up to the halfway point of this. Lino Basis, listening, good afternoon. He says, you have permission to celebrate by posting another dancing video on Twitter. Let's put it this way, I didn't post it, that's for sure. Ball played in towards Dobson, here towards David. Oh, over the top again for Stevens, but Stevens is offside this time. And it will be a free kick to Eastbourne Borough, which the goalkeeper Smith will take. And Smith takes it quickly, looking for Martin on the far hand side. Martin controls it well, but has to go backwards towards Campbell. Campbell has the ball, crosses it here looking for West. West does well to keep the ball in. He's got Hamilton near him. West looks up and puts a cross in, headed away by Guy Hollis. Ball out on the far hand side, only as far as Campbell. Campbell cuts inside, being followed well by Lee Togwell. Ball played in here towards Torres. Finds Wills. Wills 30 yards away from goal. Played it in here to West. West holds it up and spreads it out to the right back Hamilton. Hamilton trying to arrange a space. He finds Wills. Wills plays it across here towards Gardner. Now under real pressure here at the moment. And the ball played here with Torres. Hits it with the outside of his foot, trying to find Odebaid, who's inside the box. Touch from is kept in by Slough. And it's kept in by Jack Turner, who claims the ball and just stops to just tie up a boot or a lace or something. And he'll have the ball, kicking it from his hands. And a long kick down the field here, looking for Dobson. Headed away by Gardner, only as far as Wills. Wills can turn in central position. has the ball and finds Campbell, the left back. Seeing a lot of the ball here at the moment. In here towards Martin. Martin's ball inside, finds Walker, who again comes deep for the ball. In here towards Campbell. Campbell just chips the ball back in. Here with Kane Wills. Central position, plays it all the way through, and that will run out for a goal kick to Slough Town. And Jack Turner will take his time. I think, in fact, West is going to run and get the ball for him. The Eastbourne Borough substitute. 68 minutes and 22 seconds gone. That's what it says on the scoreboard. So we've gone past the halfway point of this second half. Jack Turner to take this free goal kick for Slough. Eastbourne 2, Slough 4 is the score. And Jack Turner to take this kick for Slough. Just taking his time. And long kick down the field. Again, looking for Matty Stevens. Stevens beaten to the ball by Campbell, only as far as Togwell. Togwell's got a shout from a man on, plays the ball forwards, but it's too far, and taken by Mark Smith in the Eastbourne Borough goal. He just chips the ball 10 yards outside of his half. Plays it out here towards Campbell, the left back. Seeing a lot of the ball here in these last 10 minutes as the left back. In towards Cox. Cox finds Torres. Torres trying to orchestrate from a centre back position, bringing the ball forwards here for Eastbourne. Finds Walker, scorer of the first goal. Here towards Campbell. Campbell just inside the Slough half, been allowed to travel with the ball good 10 yards, plays it inside here towards Walker, and then played out looking for Martin on the far hand side. Martin looks to get a cross in, he crosses in well. Slough got 4 players there, headed away by Wells, comes towards Cox, who hits a shot, it goes out of play for a corner, and it's their 9th corner of the game for Eastbourne Borough. Cox will take it, and Slough again with some defending to do. Looks like Chris Flood will be a substitute coming on for the Rebels in a second. I guess for Stevens, who's worked his socks off. But it's a corner on the far hand side to come in from Cox. Played in with some whip. Played through as a foul given for a free kick by a Eastbourne Borough player in the box for pulling the shirt. So it's a free kick to the Rebels. And I think Slough will just wait a second before they make... Jack Turner's going to get a yellow card for time wasting on 71 minutes. He's just slow in getting the ball from the corner, and Jack Turner still hasn't got the ball. The ball was actually behind the goal, which I don't understand why he was just standing there, but there you go. Going to see a substitution for the Rebels. Coming off is Matty Stevens. Coming on is Chris Flood. And Stevens has just run all the way to the far hand side of the pitch before that substitution. He's just jogging off, the referee telling him to hurry up. But that substitution for Slough is Matty Stevens off, and coming on is Chris Flood. And Stevens just getting a few congratulatory high fives from his fellow teammates. And comes through, gets a hug off Chris Flood, and then gets a good handshake from each of the management team here this afternoon. Matt Stevens comes off after scoring a hat-trick this afternoon here. And it will be Jack Turner to get the game back underway with this goal kick. And a long kick by him, aimed towards Dobson, beaten to the ball. Comes here towards West, inside here towards Wills. Wills shoots it on the far hand side again, looking for Martin. Martin, the danger man on that far left hand side, trying to run past Josh Chapman. Chapman goes with him and keeps going with him. And it's out of play for a goal kick to the Rebels. And again, I got a funny feeling that was a corner, but the referee has given a goal kick, so we're not going to argue with him. So there you go. Tim Avs is listening. Good afternoon, Tibbs. Josh Sharma, Chris Phillips, all listening in. Good afternoon to you all. Malcolm Pearson, I saw you, Malcolm. Don't worry, I forgot to shout you out. Substitution here for Eastbourne Borough. Surprisingly, Dave Martin is coming off, who I thought had quite a good second half. Coming on is number 14, Ryan Hall. And that's on 73 minutes. So that's Ryan Hall on for Dave Martin. That's a substitution for Eastbourne Borough. And the game will restart with, again, Jack Turner taking this goal kick. And Turner will just, again, long kick down the field, looking for Chris Flood. Flood here climbing all over the back of the left back Campbell. It's a free kick to the home team. About 10 yards inside. Oh, the bald-headed. Well, there's two bald. There's a bald-headed with glasses assistant for Eastbourne Borough going absolutely bonkers at his team. So they're giving the ball away of Eastbourne Borough to Slough. Slough play a 1-2 with Chris Flood back in towards Warren Harris. Harris down the right-hand side. Only Flood and Dobson in the box if he can find them. He's going to try and run it into the corner. Lee Togwell's there for Slough to come and help. Ball played in. Oh, it's taken well by Mark Smith just as Chris Flood was trying to get the ball rolled out here towards Wills. Slough need to make sure that they get their numbers back. Kane Wills with the ball. Finds the right back Hamilton. Hamilton here just cuts back inside towards Kane Wills. Sees it out on the far hand side to where Cox is now positioned. Cox has now gone to the left wing. He's going to cut inside, crosses right footed, headed away again masterly by Guy Hollis, who's had a really good game. Lee Togwell wins the next header, gets a little push in the back, but the ball's still here with Eastbourne Borough. So with Campbell, puts the ball in, flicks into the box. It's going to be an overhead kick. Oh, he hits the crossbar, hits him on the back of the head and goes out of play. It was Walker with the effort. The ball came through to him through a crowd of players. He overhead hits it, hits the crossbar and bounces out, then hits him on the head while he's lying on the floor, and then goes out of play for a goal kick to Slough. And Slough are very slow in getting their numbers back. They're just chatting amongst themselves. We're into almost the last 15 minutes of the game here. It's Eastbourne Borough 2, Slough Town 4. And again, Jack Turner with this long kick, aiming towards Flood. Comes off the head of Gardner towards Torres. Torres plays the ball forwards. Sam Togwell heads the ball away for Slough, only as far as Wills. Wills heads the ball back in. Sam Togwell there with another header away. It comes to Chris Flood, who tries to control it. Ball bouncing around, comes finally to Dobson. Dobson flicks the ball in towards Flood. Flood will try and run down this near side. Forgets to take the ball with him. It's out of play for a throw to Eastbourne Borough. Quickly taken by Hamilton in towards Wills. Wills spreads it out to the left back Campbell. Campbell some space, leaves it for Cox to bring forwards. Cox down the far hand side, comes back inside in towards Ryan Hall. His first touch. Played back here towards Torres. Torres skims the ball out here towards Hamilton, the right back. He's in quite a central position, holding the ball up, trying to play a 1-2 in here with Hall. Hall being forced wide by Hollis. Back out here towards Campbell. Campbell being watched by Warren Harris. Campbell down that cuts inside. Inside again towards Cox. Cox now comes back on his left foot. He's going to try and put it in with his left foot. Gets a cross in. It's a poor cross. It's straight out of play and out for a goal kick to Slough. And Slough got to be careful that Jack Turner doesn't take too long with these kicks. He's already got a yellow card. And Slough have had 3 yellow cards this afternoon. And a red card, obviously, for Mark Nisbet, who I haven't seen him actually. I wonder if he's watching the game somewhere. As Turner goes to take this kick for Slough. Long kick by him, aimed again towards Dobson. Dobson heads the ball on, keeps it in, finds Chris Flood. Flood holding the ball up in towards Davies. Davies tries to flick it quickly. Should have maybe held on to the ball, but he did have a few players around him. And the Slough fans again now in good voice behind that goal. Ball's here though with Torres. Spreads it out to the centre-back Gardner. Inside here towards Torres. He plays it across here towards Ryan Hall, who's come deep to get the ball. And the ball here with Campbell. Slough again with numbers behind. Inside towards Hall. Movement from the Eastbourne Borough players is much better this second half. Ball played forwards towards Wills. Wills heads the ball on towards Cox, who shoots. Punched away by Jack Turner with a really good save by the goalkeeper. And the ball's here with Dobson, but he's beaten to the ball by Hamilton. Turned by Hamilton away towards Wills. Back in towards Hamilton. Little 1-2. Wells gets there first for Slough and then plays the ball out. It'll only be picked up here by Gardner. Slough under real pressure for these last 20 minutes so far. 13 left. Ball's here with Sergio Torres. Plays it out on the far hand side. Warren Harris just flicks a leg at it to clear it down the field. Back out though towards Torres on the halfway line. He has time on the ball to pick the ball up and bring it forwards. Plays it in here looking for Odebeidi, just trying to hold the ball up. Gives it here, gets a little 1-2 back out, and he gets past it, but the goalkeeper dives on the ball and gets a really good touch there. And Jack just got a little kick on the head there, and you're going to hear the Eastbourne fans aren't going to be too happy because Jack's down injured, which is wasting a little bit of time. And Odebeid looking over him, wondering what he has to do. And the Slough management team just explaining to one of the Eastbourne management team that it's a knock on the head. You know, and there's not a lot. You've got to be careful nowadays in football with knocks on the head and stuff like that. So Slough just taking their time here as Turner gets some treatment. So we 78 minutes and 13 seconds according to the clock on the scoreboard. There could be a little bit of time to be added on, I'm sure, with this injury to Jack Turner. As he slowly sits up, much to the amusement of the Eastbourne fans here. Just taking a little bit of time. And it's Jack Turner's back to his feet. He did save the ball, so he should really just have the ball given to him. Just going to see. Jack gets a round of applause from the Slough fans who saying that. I wonder what the referee's going to do. Is he going to allow him to... he's just going to drop the ball at his feet and allow him to pick the ball up, which he does. And Turner with Otterbeid standing in front of him. As Turner looks to wait for Slough to get further up the field a little bit here. And Turner with a long kick down, looking for Chris Flood on the far hand side. Flood just holds the ball up, trying to find Warren Harris. Ryan Hall wins the ball, but it comes off all last. It's a throw to Slough. And again, they'll take their time with this. And it will be Josh Chapman on the far right hand side to take this throw into Flood. Flood trying to turn past on the far hand side, but Torres sees the ball out for a goal kick. And a goal kick to the home side. And it's balls here with Wills, who's suddenly decided to run with a bit of pace here this afternoon. Finds West. West threw the ball into his other substitute, Hall. Hall then spreads it out towards Campbell. Slough again with a back four working hard. Ball still with Campbell though, just inside, halfway inside the Slough half, being pressurised and has to give the ball to Ryan Hall. Hall spreads it out here towards Hamilton, who's in a bit of space here. And Hamilton now goes past Dobson easily, gets a cross in. It's gone past everybody and goes out of play for... it's a good cross in the fairness, and it just needed a touch, but no one in there got a touch to it, and it's out of play for a goal kick to the Rebels. We've got 10 minutes left, plus whatever the referee adds on here this afternoon. I will try and find you some scores from the other games, really, as we wait for Jack Turner to take this thing. We're just waiting for Turner to take this goal kick quickly. And again, plays it out here, looking for Chris Flood. Flood tries to win the header, headed away by Gardner. Headed away, though, by George Wells. It will come back here, Ryan Hall with the next header. Wells will head it back on. Slough just can't get hold of the ball to keep hold of it at the moment. It's all here with Kane Wills. Wills finds the right back, Hamilton. Hamilton has plenty of time to give the ball back towards Wills, and Wills then spreads it on the far hand side looking for Cox. Cox will keep that ball in, being chased down by Warren Harris, and here towards Campbell. Campbell gets his cross in. Oh, it's missed by a few. Warren Harris looking for a penalty appeal to Otterbeid, but the ball's broken to Warren Harris, who can look to clear for Slough, only as far as Torres though. Slough just giving the ball back to Eastbourne Borough every time they have it. Ball played quickly here for Walker. Hollis has come across and he's cleared it in towards Warren Harris, who keeps the ball in towards Flood. Flood's just holding the ball up and then gives it for Lee Togler. Lee Togler smashes it at an Eastbourne player, and the ball will just slide very slowly out of play, spinning all the way. Slough may be looking at a substitution. I think they're just making sure that somebody who was injured is okay, but at the moment the 10 men of Slough are playing really well. Long throw here again, looking for Flood. Flood chests it down into the path of Warren Harris. Can't get there. One by Campbell. Ball's here with Wills. Finds Mike West. West has the ball. Plays it in. Oh, superb back header away by Guy Hollis. Davis tries to flick the ball away as well, but one back again by Sergio Torres. Ball played out here towards Campbell, the left back. Campbell trying to play it in. He finds Cox. Cox crosses in first time. Played in as an easy take by Jack Turner. And Turner just dives on the ball again, and Slough just wait to try and get some people out. It looks like Sean Fraser may be coming on for the Rebels in a second. And Turner, long kick down the field, something for Flood to chase. Flood looking for a free kick. The header by Torres finds his centre-back partner, Gardner, in towards Hamilton. Hamilton again chased by Dobson, who's worked really hard. Ball played in for Walker. Walker trying keep that in. It's gotten too far out of play for a goal kick, to Slough. And again, it will be a substitution for Slough. Coming off, I think, is going to be Lee Togwell, who seems to have taken a knock on the far side. Coming on will be Sean Fraser on 84 minutes. So it's Lee Togwell coming off and Sean Fraser coming on for the Rebels. And that means that Fraser now up to 282 appearances for Slough. As Togwell just got a little knock there, and he's getting a good warm reception here from the Slough fans, is Lee Togwell. And the substitution just taking place now. And Tog's getting just clapping the Slough fans as he gets that ovation. And then Sean Fraser will come in. I guess Sean Fraser will sit in a deep lying midfield role for these last 6 minutes plus whatever the referee adds on this afternoon. Jack Turner to take the game back underway with this goal kick. Turner just again looking long for Dobson. Dobson trying to get there first. It comes off Hamilton last. It will be it's actually come off Dobson last. My apologies. It's a throw to the home side, and hasn't been taken yet. Hamilton has come across to take this. Throws the ball here towards Gardner. Spreads it out towards Torres, the Eastbourne captain, with that fluffy blonde permed hair that he's got. Finds Kane Wills. Wills 35 yards away from goal, bringing the ball down the side, being chased by Chris Flood. Ball out here towards Hamilton. Played the ball in. Wells will try and get there for Slough and gets there first. And Wells bringing the ball out, being chased by Walker. Wells is on his own. He's going all the way on his own. Still run 40, 50 yards. Still with down the thing. Oh, just gets challenged by Gardner, and it's a good run by George Wells. Dobson sitting in the left back position though for Slough. And the ball's here with Ryan Hall. Spreads it on the far hand side. Looking for Campbell. Campbell just plays it in here towards Ryan Hall. Now quite happy to let him have the ball. Chips the ball out. Looking for Dobson. Dobson back headers it towards Jack Turner, and Turner will just stand there and wait for Odobey to chase him down before picking the ball up. And Dobson has done really well today as James Dobson. He's covered a lot of fields, 2 assists for the goal, just filling in as that left back there, and he's worked brilliantly hard today as James Dobson, and he's going to chase this one as well. Ball play forwards to Flood. Flood's header will try and break here. It comes to Campbell. Slough just can't get a foot on the ball here in this second half. Down to 10 men, of course, after 10 minutes. Ball played out on the far hand side to Cox. Cox cuts inside. In here towards Torres. Torres with the ball. Being furthest forwards he's been in this second half. Plays it in towards Ryan Hall. Hall has a shot. It's well wide of the goal. And it's out of play for a goal kick to the Rebels. Wills is actually acting as a ball boy to go and get the ball. And Wills is taking his time giving it back towards the goalkeeper, which is a bit strange because he's wasting his own time there, but there you go. Jack Turner to take this goal kick for Slough. I did say I was going to give you the score, but we'll stay with this game for the moment and give you the full-time scores from our league in a little while. It's Jack Turner with this goal kick for Slough. Straight out of play and into the arms of the waiting Eastbourne Borough assistant manager. Throw comes in from Hamilton in towards Torres. He finds Campbell. Slough really have 4 banks of 4 and Chris Flood, and that's all they've got. Ball played out towards Cox. Back in here towards Campbell. Slough quite happy to let Eastbourne have the ball there. Inside towards Torres. Torres bringing the ball forward. Intercepted by George Wells. He can't keep hold of the ball. Back in here towards... comes through, and Jack Turner comes out easily to claim the ball off the toes of Odobey. And Jack Turner just claiming that he just caught his arm there. Just Odobey just standing in front of him. And Turner, long kick down the field again for Flood to try and get to. Flood tries to get it, comes off the head of Gardner. It'll be a throw to the Rebels, and Slough will just eat up a little bit more time here. Some of the Eastbourne fans are already leaving, and Slough have a throw. It's around about 15 yards inside. I can just see Mark Nisbet now. Has been sat with the general manager, John Porter. And Slough have a throw. George Wells will take it. It's almost halfway inside the Eastbourne Borough half. And it comes through here towards Flood. Flood will try and hold the ball up in the corner flag area. Tries to play it off to get a corner. It's hooked clear though in the end by Gardner and taken by Kane Wells. Wells down this near hand side. Tries to go past Scott Davies. Davies does well to get his body in the way and holds the ball up here for Slough. Just plays it in. Oh, poor ball, but he gets a little ricochet towards Flood. Just for Scott Davies to chase. And I think Davies is going to get a yellow card for diving. I'm sure that's what he's going to give to him. Davies went down as he was caught by Hamilton, but it's a yellow card on 89 minutes for Scott Davies for simulation. And it's just wasting again a little bit more time here for the Rebels. And Davies just running back into position. Now, it's, Smith plays the ball short towards Torres. He can bring the ball forward, crosses the Slough halfway line. And the Slough fans singing Bateson Under's Rebel Army, giving it a good few minutes of that song. It's Mike West with the ball, chips it into the box, headed away by Guy Hollis, who has been absolutely outstanding today this afternoon. Ball played on the far hand side towards Cox. Cox crosses the ball in. It's headed away by Sam Togwa, then headed by Fraser to the edge of the box. Comes here towards Hamilton, who takes a shot, but it's a daisy cutter. It's easily fielded by Jack Turner in the Slough goal. And again, he dives on top of the ball, just wasting a bit of time, much to the annoyance of the Eastbourne fans who surround me in this lovely ground here. Again, Turner, long ball down the field. It's going to bounce over the head towards Hamilton, who just launches that ball up high in the air, and it hits Otterbeid. Wells comes in and wins the ball, but it's out of play for a throw. And it's a throw here that Hamilton will take. Finds Torres. Torres has the ball, sent in the kind of on the centre circle part. Where's the cursor gone on the screen? There you go. Ball's here with Campbell. In towards Wills. Wills is a backwards player. He doesn't like coming forwards too much. Here towards Torres. Torres plays the ball in. West is offside. That won't make no difference. Slough will let the ball go there. And it's an offside decision against Eastbourne Borough. The referee has indicated 5 minutes of added time to be played. And Slough have 5 minutes to add on. We're already 20 seconds into that 5 minutes. Eastbourne Borough 2, Slough Town 4 is the score. And Slough with 10 men. 10 men after 10 minutes. If they can hold out here, this will be one of the best results, performances, I think, that I've seen from a Slough side. It's Turner with this ball down the field. It's a bit short, and Flood tries to chase it. It'll come out here towards West. Cushioned little pass here to wind Hamilton. Plays it across here towards Torres. They need to get their number and shape back. Ball played in here towards Walker, who comes deep to pick the ball up. Finds Campbell. In towards Torres. Torres plays it in here. Loses the ball through to Scott Davies. Davies will try and hold the ball up. Just runs past a couple of players. Still holds it up here. Plays it back here towards Sam Togwell. Sam Togwell will go back towards Jack Turner. Turner launches it out. Just skies it a little bit. Finds the ball on the far hand side to Jackman, who tries to keep the ball in. It's gone. He's hit that. That's supposed to be hitting my car, but I'll let you off, Josh. It's a throw on the far hand side to Eastbourne Borough. Cox just arguing, saying that Josh Jackman kicked the ball out on purpose. Well, of course he did. Campbell takes the throw quickly towards Torres. Plays it in centrally here towards Kane Wills. Wills just puffs his cheeks and finds Hamilton on this near right hand side. Hamilton gets a cross in. Headed away by George Wells. Comes back out towards Hamilton. He gets it on the edge of the box. Has a shot. Blazes it over the top of the bar and out for a goal kick to the Rebels. And Jack Turner again will take this. We're into 2 minutes of the 5 minutes of added time gone already. And don't forget the Eastbourne Borough manager was sent off as well after the penalty decision. And Jack Turner to take this kick here for Slough. Goal kick for the Rebels. And Turner, long kick down the field here, aimed towards Dobson. Won by Gardner. It comes here towards West. West playing the ball out, looking for Cox on the far hand side. The Slough fans have been fantastic behind that goal this afternoon. Ball's here with Cox. He's going to try and turn past. Jackman staying with him here. Forces him to play the ball here towards Campbell. Campbell in towards Torres. Torres 35, 40 yards away from goal. Plays it out here towards Hamilton. Hamilton's got West on the far side. West gets the ball here on this near hand side, gets a cross in, headed away by Scott Davis. He'll get a second chance to head it away, not the best of headers, and West will win the ball back here. Plays it here towards Gardner. Gardner, the centre back, trips the ball forwards, too close to the goalkeeper Turner. It's an easy save by him. He again dives on the ball and holds on, rolls onto it, and Turner stays down, and the referee just tells him to get up. And in fact, he's going to get some treatment here is Jack Turner. I'm not sure if he's time wasting or if he's injured, but we'll ask Jack when we see him next. But Slough are just eking out this game here. I'm sure the referee will add these few minutes to go. And Will Tuck says that before today's game we'd only had 7 yellows and no reds in 9 matches. Well, beaten that in 1 match almost, I think. Jack just getting some treatment here from Alex the physio. Referee will just add this time on. Jack Turner back to his feet. And the referee will just drop the ball in front of him. I think he's going to add on another minute. So we've got about 2 minutes of the game left. And Turner just waits for Odobay to chase him down before picking the ball up. And the two of them just exchanging a conversation as Jack Turner looks to kick this ball long down the field. Aimed towards Dobson, who's in a central position. Comes off the head of Gardner. Hits West, and West's ball played in towards Wills. Wills, it's easily cleared by Josh Chapman, but not the best of clearances by Chapman. And the ball bounces up. Warren Harris trying to chase it here against the substitute Ryan Hall. Warren Harris gets his body in the way to win it. Finds Sean Fraser. Fraser's ball over the top for Dobson. He won't chase that one. It's going to go into the corner area. I've lost the cursor on the screen. Anyone seen it? Oh, there it is. It's all right. Panic over. Ball's here with Torres. It looks as though Slough have swapped Dobson with Chris Flood. Flood playing almost left back here at the moment for this afternoon. Ball's here with Gardner being chased here. Plays it back in here towards Torres. Torres 40 yards away from goal. Gives it to Wills. Wills gets a touch to it. Into Walker. Walker finds Hamilton, who's got a bit of space now to get a ball in. Gets a cross in. It's bounced in over everyone. Comes to the far post to Campbell. Ball bouncing around. Still there. Someone's got a touch to it. Odobay tries to turn. George Wells gets a touch to it. Guy Hollis flicks the header away. Comes to the edge of the box for Wills. In towards Torres. He shoots over the top of the bar. And out for a goal kick. And I reckon we've got 30 seconds of the game left. We're already into the 5th minute of added time, but the ref did indicate one more for that injury to Jack Turner. So I reckon 20 seconds for Slough to get this victory here this afternoon. Eastbourne 2, Slough Town 4. Waiting for the referee, Mr. Skipper, to blow the whistle. The ball's here with Campbell. It's the final whistle. It's 10-man Slough have won here at Eastbourne Borough. It's Eastbourne Borough 2, Slough Town 4. In the second half, only 2 goals and 2 goals in 2 minutes. The first by Matty Stevens getting his hat-trick for the Rebels. Then Dean Cox got one back. All the action in the first half, but it's finished here. It's Eastbourne Borough 2, Slough Town 4. Slough have played 80 minutes with 10 men, and they've held on to the 3 points here. The Slough Town fans, their coach was a little bit late getting here this afternoon, but they're behind that goal, and I'm sure that the players will go across. The Slough fans are there singing at the moment. They're in good voice this afternoon. I will be in good voice later on. I'm going back to the karaoke bar. But the Slough Town players have just shaken hands with their opposition, and now they make their way over to the Slough fans behind the goal, who have been in tremendous voice this afternoon, and they're all going away across there. Few players just chatting to Sergio Torres, who's played for a few of the sides, but all the Slough Town players make their way over to the Rebel faithful behind that goal, and it's them that are getting the things. The town, Slough Town, being chanted by the fans. They've won here today, 3 points in a very tough place to go. And literally, as they're going off the tunnel down that area, the Slough players clapping, all the fans, and being replicated by the fans there this afternoon. Ladies and gentlemen, apologies for losing it at the beginning. Thank you all for listening. Eastbourne Twitter calling Jack Turner embarrassment, somehow forgetting they've conceded 4 goals against 10 men. Thank you to Keeler Sharp for that one. Thank you all everyone for listening. So many of you to mention. Stephen Delaney's been on there as well. I'm off to have a couple of beers tonight because I'm staying. I'm going to have a couple of beers in the bar with some of the players, I think. I was going to give you the scores, wasn't I? Let me just do that for you. Just give me 2 seconds as I look for the scores for this afternoon. And just try and get those for you quickly. My phone's like dying here at the moment. Let me just give you the scores from the league. It's Billericay 1, Dartford 1, Chipping 1, Gloucester 0, Hungerford 0, Torquay 2, Oxford 1, Bath 2, St Albans 2, Concord 0, Truro 0, Hampton 2, Willstone 2, Chelmsford 3, Wedding 2, Thurrock, East Thurrock 0, Weston 1, Hemel Hempstead 2, Woking 1, Dulwich 2. That is it for this afternoon. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Enjoy your weekend. I'm off to get absolutely drunk. Till Saturday for the FA Cup game. We'll see you all soon.